Conversando con Luisa, donde la cultura, la música y las cuestiones sociales unen a las comunidades de Australia para el mundo, compartiendo historias reales, voces diversas y conversaciones que importan. Esto es Conversando con Luisa. Good evening. Welcome to Conversando con Luisa, another episode of the show. And today I'm very happy to have a very special guest. Tonight we have the pleasure of sharing a journey of flavor, memories, and resilience with an incredible woman. And I just had the chance to have a chat with her before the show. She was born in Damascus, Syria, and our guest has brought the richness of her culture to Australia, creating a bridge between communities through Racha's Syrian kitchen. She will soon be participating in Faces of Our Community, Hiding Stories, a project by House to Grow that celebrates inspiring stories. Please join me in welcoming Racha Abu Al-Chamat to Conversando con Luisa. Welcome, Racha. How are you?
Hi, Luisa. How are you? I'm good. I'm excited.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for accepting this interview. I think we are excited about this event coming up in July, 5th and 6th of July, where you and I will be part of it, and many other people, many other cultures. So are you excited?
Yes, very excited. I had so much fun in doing the photo shoot, and I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen next.
Well done. So Racha, tell me who you are without titles.
Okay, I am a Syrian lady. How can I say it? I'm just simply as this. I'm someone from Syria. I want to share my culture, my food, my heritage. I'm so social. I like to meet people. I like to engage with people, and yeah, I like adventures also.
Nice. Yes, I guess we're all women still like adventure. I do too.
Yeah.
Sometimes crazy adventures.
We don't get it all the time, but we love to do it.
Yes, we do. How do you remember your childhood in Damascus, and what essence and flavors define your early years?
Okay, so I lived in Saudi Arabia for some time before I moved to Damascus again. I lived in Syria till I was around 3 years old. So, but I always, the memories of me, of what's coming to my head is just sitting with all our family everywhere. Whenever there is a picture coming, there is a family, big family sitting, cooking, having a nice time, eating some desserts, cooking some food. It's always about this and about all Damascus, about the history and everything around the city, the jasmine. This is what I always have in my mind and my heart.
What role did cooking play in your family where you were growing up?
My father is a chef.
Well, so, yes, you told me before.
Yes, and also all the adults in our family, and this is what I always, because I know that he's a chef and he's very professional, but all my mom, my aunts, everyone like to be in the kitchen with my grandma cooking, and this is where also I have all the time this thing of cooking and sharing with people, because this is how we were raised. And my father used to be in Saudi Arabia, where he opened a big restaurant there for I was there till I finished my high school. And when he started his business, he had all his cousins and some of his brothers coming to Saudi Arabia, and they all Some of them were helping him, and every week he used to cook for at least, bring from restaurant for at least maybe 50 people, including kids, in our house. And it was too many, but still we had a good time, and we always see him cooking with everyone else around him. Even in Syria, when we used to spend our holiday every year, because this is where we go, so we have to gather every week in our grandpa house, and we
Beautiful.
have to be there at 2 o'clock sharp. Otherwise, you'll be very upset because we are not on the table. So yes,
It's one of the things that I do admire from your culture and from Arabic culture is that you are big families, big gathering, where everyone is part, women, children, and it's all about around a table with food. And I
yes,
do admire that. Yeah, I'm from a very small family, so I never got to experience things like that. I don't have memories of having, cooking with the
mm,
grandmother and stuff like that. I don't have the memories, but I do know I have come across with many people from the Arabic culture background where they have those memories, and it's just so beautiful.
it is because this is what we carry with us. If we leave our country, this is what we always remember, and these things, we keep these things in our heart. And really, it's because they were 6 brothers and 4 sisters, so imagine every one of them at least has 2 kids. And we are in one apartment sitting all together. So imagine what's going to happen when the food comes, or if they are cooking, or someone, for example, cannot come to cook with my father or my grandma, will just bring a dish with them to share.
Beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. And what is the most memorable memory that you have about food? What was the dish that you remember that when you close your eyes, you smell it? What was that
Yeah,
dish?
it's the vine leaves. It's the vine leaves, because this is very Middle Eastern, Lebanese, Palestinian, Syrian thing. And I think most of us share the same dish, because this is what we do in our big gatherings. So we have the vegetarian and we have the one with the lamb, but it's always too much. Like, so many people will has to sit on the table and do rolling of vine leaves, and then we wait till it's cooked, because the one with meat has lamb shanks and bones and tongues. And so they will flip it in one big tray in the middle of the table, and people will start to attack.
I have seen the way they do it, and I have watched some shows how they
Yeah,
actually do the vines and they fill
yeah,
them up, and then they put them on a pot. Like they started
yes,
putting them all kind of
yes,
round and round and
yes,
round.
yes, until they
And
are
it's
layers.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then if they fill it up with sauce.
With like, they fill it up with water with lemon and garlic, but
Beautiful.
the water will take the flavor from the lamb bones, and all these fatty pieces and then at the end you again pour some lemon and garlic, and this what will give it this sour flavor.
Yeah.
So yes, so when we want to, like, welcome people also to our house for the first time for lunch, or so, this is what people used to cook, because it takes lots of time. And sometimes they add to the pot, they add zucchini and eggplants, which also stuffed.
Yum. And you also do the cabbage? The cabbage?
We do the
Oh,
cabbage also.
the
We
cabbage
do.
also. Yes, you do the
Yeah.
cabbage
So
because
when
I
we
mean
cook
we
the
have that
cabbage, it's
too.
different. Yes, yeah.
Yes.
But it also has lots of sauce. Do you have lots of sauce? Do you cook it with lots of sauce or a little bit?
We do like the cabbage leaves with rice and mince,
Meats. Yeah.
fold them
The
up,
same.
and then we do it with sauce. We can do it with tomato.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's very nice. But the vine leaves, I learned how to eat them in Australia.
Mm,
Yes, we didn't
yeah,
have that.
they are very
What was sorry?
they are very very delicious, but also it has something to do with also the vine, the type of the vine leaves, because some
Yes.
of them will be very thick, or they have these pieces which you chew a lot, so it's not easy. So it should be perfect vine leaves.
It's like sometimes I think I wish we knew, because back home in Chile, having we used to call it parra, which is the vine. We used to
Mm-hmm.
have the grapes.
Okay.
Every backyard used to have one of big parron, we used to call it, where we grew grapes.
Mm,
I
mm.
wish we knew, because we could have done so many of it, but we didn't
You
have
see?
we didn't have
Maybe now when you go back,
yeah. I
one
haven't
day.
been back for a long time,
Yeah.
but it is
Yes.
beautiful. We got it here, so we don't have to go back.
Yes.
I was going to ask you about what culinary tradition you inherited from your parents or grandparents, or from your dad, because you're telling me that your dad is a chef. What did you
Uh, you mean a certain dish?
inherited? Yes, it's seeing you do
Yes.
that because your
Mhm,
grandparent did it, or your grandma did it, or because
mm,
your dad did
mm,
it, your
mhm.
mom.
Yes. Uh, there is a dish called molokhie. I don't know if you know about it.
No.
It's small leaf, they call it. It's like a spinach or like mint, but it has, of course, different taste for cooking. And in Egypt, they do it as a soup. In Syria, they cook it with as a leaf with the chicken pieces and garlic and lemon. So they have it with rice or with bread. This is something my mother used to do, and it was so delicious. We always remember going inside the house when we come back from work or university or school, and then we smell, because you have to fry these leaves first with the garlic and coriander, and then you can add the chicken or lamb pieces to it. So we eat it directly before she add anything as leaf. We put it in a flat bread. We put these leaves while they are fried with olive oil or ghee, and
Oh yeah.
we put fresh garlic and drizzle of lemon, and then some fresh coriander, and then we roll it as a sandwich and we eat it
Like
before she finish cooking this.
like a kebab these days. Yes.
Yes, but because but it's like a fresh vegetables. It's, you imagine
Beautiful.
something, like spinach. Yes.
Nice. What emotions come to you today or these days when you think of Syria, or any other country that you were living at before you came to Australia?
Actually, Syria doesn't go out of my mind. It's here every day with me, and always I have mixed emotions. I'm always uh, like missing the family, missing Damascus, the gathering, all the details, the small details, which will remind you, make you miss it. And it always fill my heart with sometimes sadness and sometimes um, nostalgia. I don't know how to explain it, but it's always there every day. And because always we hear about the news, what's happening there, so you are always connected. Um, the thing that I just want to share the story of Syria and Syrians with all the people around me in Australia. This is my aim. And I will feel so happy and proud if I can just make 10% of the people understand what's going on in Syria, or what's the Syrian heritage, or because Damascus is the oldest inhabited city in the world. So we have history and culture.
How was your arrival to Australia? Why you decided to come to Australia? At what time? At what point? How long you been here?
I'm here since 2014, and we were living in Dubai for 10 years with my husband, And my husband works in cybersecurity. So we just got opportunity to he was offered a job here, and we thought it was the right time because of what was happening in Syria. It was hard if, for example, if he lose his job for any, but we were so happy and everything was stable, but we were still thinking of the future and what can we and how what can we give for for our children, especially because nothing was so clear. The future was not so clear. So he got offer, he did interview, and surprisingly we just moved in couple of months to Australia. We were not prepared for this. So it was hard. It was hard because I lived there around my two sisters and their family, and my mom and dad are in Syria, but they are very close to us. In 2 hours they can be in Dubai. So when I came here, I didn't see them for 5 years first. When I came, we're not allowed to leave because of our Syrian passport. We're not allowed to enter any country, only our country. And this was the hard part.
Yeah, it's understanding. I think somehow we all at times we do feel what you feel, living family and your country. Sometimes it's just hard. It's something that is always with you. I mean, I've been living in Australia for many years and I kind of sympathize with you. Chile is always in my mind for different reasons, but you always think about the place where you were born. Yeah, it's just it's hard to leave everyone behind.
It's hard, and even if you live in a country where there is peace and it's very beautiful and the people are very friendly, but when you have to stay somewhere where you cannot go anywhere, this is where you feel you are trapped. Even if everything around you is very good and feel all right, but you still like, okay, my freedom is not totally given to me because of what's happening.
Yes, true. Yes. And now tell me about the birth of Racha's Syrian kitchen. When and how did you come up with the idea? At what point of your life you decided that this is what you wanted to do?
Um, since I came to Australia, I live in the same apartment. So one of my neighbors told me, Racha, there is a fundraising in the kids' school. Do you want to participate? And then I thought, okay, this is very nice. I can share my Syrian food. No one knows anything about it. And so I participated, and I had a food stall there for the first time in this school because it's I live in Chatswood, so there is no Middle Eastern food there at all. And I did the food, I sold everything. People were so happy. And then the principal of the school asked me if I can cook some meals and bring it and sell it to the teachers. And the teachers were so happy. My son was very young at this age, 2 or 3 years. I had his stroller with me, so I used to cook some meals and bring them down with the stroller to the school. And after a couple of times, they asked me if I want to do the term gathering for the teachers every term. So I did breakfast. And at that time, I was doing this with one of my Syrian friends. She was doing baking classes in the TAFE, and she said that she wants to do something with me. So we were so happy just experimenting. And then I got the first offer to do a big catering event for the Northern Beaches schools. And this was also, I was asked by the principal of the school. I was so afraid at that time because this was my first big event. 150 people is something big for me. So I had, at that time, I was a friend with a Syrian chef here who I met him and his wife. And I told him, look, I have this event. If you say that you will do it with me, I will take it. And you can be my partner. So he said yes. And this is how we started the business. It was not in our mind.
That's amazing. It's always the beginning of something. But what did you feel? What emotions did you have when you got all these positive
Wow.
um, feedback from the teachers, from the
I was
parents, or from the people
I
around?
was
What you
so
felt?
very proud of the achievement, because it was not easy at the beginning to introduce Syrian food. People know Lebanese food, but they don't know anything about the Syrian food, which is very similar because we share the same culture. We are neighbors, and we almost share the same food, but it's more popular here. Nobody heard about the Syrian cuisine or anything about what's our ingredients. So
Now they know.
yes, and even some people used to tell me, Rasha, maybe you don't need to say Syrian, say Lebanese, because you might not sell the food. And then I thought, okay, my mom originally is from Lebanon also, so I'm a mix between Syrian and Lebanese. But I was saying that, okay, no, either I sell Syrian food or I don't want to sell.
Yeah. Well, it's important just to stick, to
Because
true to
this is,
yourself, of
yeah,
course.
because this is why I started this, because of what I wanted to show people.
Yes,
If
of
it's
course.
not something like this, so I don't want to share it.
What is the most important thing for you, and what you hope that you are going to give to the community through your dishes?
The community, mean the Syrian community or the
But
community in general?
community in
Yeah,
general, like,
yeah,
because at the end of the day, we live in a multicultural community, and as I was saying to you before, I
of
think it's
course,
important
of
to
course.
give whatever you do to a
Yeah,
broader community, not just ours.
yeah, of course. And this is why also I started this business, because I wanted to share this cuisine and this history and culture non with non-Syrian people, like anyone who could just taste and hear the story and connect. So this is what I hope. I hope people will connect with me and hear me, and I want people to think what's happening in the other side of the world.
Yeah, that's right. How do you select your recipes? At what point you thought, okay, this is what I'm going to cook.
Mm.
This is going to be my menu. So,
Yeah.
and what recipes do you share in your classes? Because you also have given classes. I'm
Yes.
not sure if it's a TAFE or uni. I'm not sure where, and your events, because we can't cook everything, so we have to
No,
have a
no, of
menu.
course, of course. I
What's
try
your menu?
to, yes, I try to pick things which are not usually not found in any menu in a restaurant. Like you
Yeah.
cook from home. What things you cook from home? This is what I try to present. Something and different tastes to make people. So always my guests will tell me that, Rasha, every dish has different taste, different texture, and this is what I want to get. And also healthy. It has lots of vegetables, and some of them are very old, like old recipes, and some of them maybe a little bit, they I keep the same flavor but make it more modern or twisted, just to, it depends on what celebration I have, how I want to present the food, but still keep the same original flavor. And when I choose something for my cooking class, I want something that will engage people and also to have fun during this session. So it's not like, okay, I'm cooking this, 1 2 3, let's do it, let's eat and then go. No, no, I want people to have fun. I had 2 weeks ago I had a cooking class, and my guests were from SBS team and clients, and I told them, I want you to feel that you are my home, eating my food, and I'm cooking for you. It's
I
very important. It's very
Yes.
important.
All right. I think the question you might have to answer, because internet just dropped out, so I don't
Oh.
think they heard it. So
Mhm.
I did ask you, what was the dish that represents Syria the most?
Maybe I love to cook the shish barak, the lamb dumpling, which I shared on SBS and my cooking classes. This dish is very unique, and I was so afraid when I first presented as a catering option for people, because I know that Greek yogurt is a little bit sour, and then people maybe might be shocked. But then I thought about it. No, why not? It's like sour cream, and you can cook with sour cream, and the lamb dumpling is something familiar in so many cuisines, of course with a different sauce, like for example ravioli, Italian, or the Chinese dumpling. So this is now the Syrian dumpling, and people loved it, and people enjoyed working with the dough and then filling it and then cooking. I think it was a nice experience.
In your opinion, what is the secret to authentic Syrian cooking?
The secret.
Because your food is not hot. It's not like other food, like which is very spicy. Like it's got a lot of chili, a lot of pepper.
No,
Your
it
food
has
is different.
spices, but it has aromatic spices. So this
Aromatic.
is how we do the balance. It's not spicy, but it has these flavors which we like to use. Main ingredients like lemon, pomegranate molasses, which makes the dish sometimes sweet and sour. Um, I think the most important thing is to cook from your heart, and then sometimes I prepare dishes just only because I tasted them. My father cooked it, or my mom, or my grandma. I never cooked it before, but I just have it in my memory, and this is how I cook it, and it becomes like 100%. Uh,
Perfect.
yes. So yeah, when you share from your heart, I think this is how you always reach wherever you want and connect with people.
What ingredient transport you back home? One ingredient.
One ingredient. Okay. Too many, but I think eggplant.
Eggplant.
Yes. One
No.
of them is eggplant. One of them.
Why?
If you can give me some options, I can add two or three things. But
Why?
eggplant is very, very. It's always there in our dishes. Either it's fried, stuffed, dip, or it's very unique ingredients, and we love it in Syria. Also, we pickle it, so we do everything. We never throw any piece of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Italian do the same thing. They use a lot of eggplants. We don't. A lot of people don't like eggplants. I think eggplant is nice. I do like it. Yeah,
It
it's
is. And
beautiful. I don't
we
know,
have
but
certain eggplants for each dish.
yeah, no,
So
there's different
because we
ones.
have the purple one, we have the black, we have the long, we have the big and fat for the dip. So each one of them is for certain thing, and we wait for it on its season to make what we make with it.
Beautiful. What message would you like people to take after tasting your food?
Uh, I what I think I just want them to share this experience with other people and say, look, there is something called Syrian food, and it's very delicious. Yeah.
What are the values of Syrian culture do you try to represent through your business?
Mm, generosity. This is very important for me, and I don't know, love and care, because this is something you put into your food also. And this is what people say to me. They say we feel the love in your food. We connect directly with what you are sharing. And generosity, of course, because there is always more food on the table that people can take with them home. It's always like this, as much as I try to make less, but it's always more.
I love that idea. I love when something is really good and you go to a place and they say, "Would you like to take some?" And you sometimes you think, or what if I say yes? But sometimes it's just so nice to bring something that you really liked home. So,
Yes.
I think it's just beautiful. We tend to, us Chilean, we tend to cook a lot as well. Obviously we don't cook what you do, but we tend to do too much.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
everyone either bring their containers and take it home, and
So I learned my lesson. Wherever I go, I have my takeaway containers with me because there's always so much food. Yes.
So, Rasha, tell me, how did the opportunity to be in SBS come along? At what point of your life?
I think it was around 2020 to 21. I was introduced to one of the food editors there by Welcome Merchant. Her name is Farah, and this is my first interview with her. We spoke about Syria and my transition and my country, my recipes, and I shared 6 of my recipes at that time. And step by step, I was invited to cook with Adam. Season 6. It was last year, and they invited me because it was a special episode about Eid. So this is after Ramadan. We celebrate our Eid. So they invited me to cook one of the dishes, and I did the lamb dumpling at that time.
So, what recipes did you share on SBS at that particular
Yes.
show?
We
There was
6 recipes. Yes, we had the shish barak, the lamb dumpling, and we had ma'moul. It's like shortbread pastry filled with walnuts, pistachio, or dates, and it's sweet, and it's especially we bake it in Syria during celebration, during Eid time. And there is a dish, a sweet also called Halawet Jeben. It's stretchy cheese with semolina. We fill it with cream. This is the third one. And there is eggplant, the dip, baba ganoush. It's called baba ganoush. It's with vegetables. And there is also milk pudding topped with fresh orange pudding also on the top. These 5, I have to think of number 6. I can't remember it now. But
so
these
you did have like entree, main meal, and dessert.
Yes. It was just different things, and different because people doesn't know anything about these foods. So I was trying to grab their attention with some different dishes. Yes.
What was it like filming the cook up with Adam Liaw? What did you feel? You must have felt really proud of yourself and really happy.
I did. I was so happy. Finally, I got to the SBS show. I was waiting for a long time. And actually, Adam told me at the day, he told me, "Oh, you look so professional. Did you do this before?" I told him, "No, this is my first time." But yeah, I think I was so into into this. Yeah, I wanted to give from my heart.
What did you take from that experience?
What did I take? I this pushed me more to work more harder, and maybe one day I grab attention of some producers to and have my own cooking show. I would love to do this. Shed the light on Mediterranean food, Middle Eastern, Syrian, or even Lebanese. To share this culture and share this food is very important for us, especially at this time.
Were you nervous?
Little bit before, but then but everyone tells me that I'm very comfortable with the camera. So this is something I heard from so many people who take some photos for me or do some interviews. I was nervous from inside, but I was trying from outside to just stay.
Was it fun? Was it
It
fun?
was fun. It was fun because it's nice how they prepare everything before you start cooking, and then how you are acting and taking like things which are prepared, putting it on the bench while it's okay, this is cooked, this is done. So it was very nice experience. I loved it. I
Do you
loved
have
it.
a special
And
moment?
Adam was very nice in the show. He's very like, he makes you feel more comfortable also the way
Of
he,
course.
yes.
Do you have a special memory of this event?
I have a special memory. Everything at this time was very special, and the joy that I had from this was very something I cannot express, and the being very proud. And I know that also because I'm sure that people who I know in Syria, when they saw this, like my father and my family also, they were so proud. And this is something, like you work hard for something, and then when you get it, it's priceless.
Of course, yes, you do feel it.
Yeah.
And what lesson did you learn from that experience that now you apply to your business? And what message do you want to share to the audience through your participation in SBS?
I say always dream big, because you can get whatever you want. You just need to focus and plan for it and just look forward. And really, since I started this business, I'm always, and this is what I tell people, I always wish or hope for something and then say, I need this now in my journey. And then it comes to me very easily. I don't know how, but it happens just like this. As I said, SBS, before 1 week before they call me and send me this email to participate, I was in my head, why they are not calling me? They should call me. Why they can't see me? And then suddenly in a week only, I was just in my head trying to send these messages, and it happens. It
And
happens.
also do with your business, you do pop-up um, uh,
Yes,
shops.
I do.
You go to markets, you
Yes,
do catering. Like if people want to have some Syrian events, so
yes,
Syrian food,
yes,
or they want to have a catering, they can contact Racha
yes.
Kitchen, and she does all these events. You have done events at the university.
I did events for universities. I did events for big corporates, and I do cooking classes. I do pop-up kitchens. I used to do markets, but it's less now, because it requires very like a big team and so many things. So more pop-up kitchens, cooking class. I would love to. This year I'm working more and more on this, because this is how I can share also the story face to face with people and interact with them. And yeah, I have the Mother Day celebration with very nice two Syrian ladies who has a cafe in Ashbury. I'm just we were planning for this since years and years, and finally it happened, and I'm so happy about it.
And this is going to happen when?
On the 10th of May,
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
And
Yes.
is it for everyone? Everyone can
Yes,
come?
of course. I have this on my Instagram. I shared this so they can book through the cafe and they can come. It's a very nice and cozy cafe, so it can take around 80
Now,
people for two seatings. Yes.
that's amazing. Now, with this sharing, because I know sometimes when we, I'm sure you have come across with people that they haven't tried your Syrian food. Do you have a memory moment or story that you came across when someone tasting your food that you have taken someone back home?
Uh, yes. There was a lady. I do every year. I do Galentine event. celebration of Valentine, but it's for so ladies can come. It's a collaboration between me and Welcome Merchant. So there was a lady who just came to me and she hugged me and she said, "This wine leaves remind me of the one that my mom used to cook." And and yes, this I, we both cried at the time, and I had so many incidents like this where people come to me and say, "This food reminds us of home," or even she was not Syrian, she was Egyptian, but it was a little bit the same.
Thank
And some people who are from very different background, when I used to do the demo classes, for example, in different places like Paddy's Market, they first refuse to try the food because it's connected to a certain memory in their head while were very young. And then I convince them to try, and they directly change their mind and they love the food. They say it's very different from what they used to have. So these things makes me just happy, as simple as this.
It's lovely. What are your upcoming events or dreams or projects in near future?
Yes. I will be doing more and more cooking classes. I'm doing a cooking class outside Sydney on the way to Canberra. It's a cooking school. The people have a cafe and a cooking school and a farm. So I just texted them to ask, "Do you want a Syrian chef to do this for you?" He said, "Yes, why not?" So this is what I was saying: dream and connect with people and try. You don't know what's going to happen. I'm very excited about this. It's at the end of June. I'm going to post I'm going to post it on my Instagram, and I'm going to have a cooking class also at the beginning of June. It's going to be for everyone who wants to. Of course, seats are maybe 17. I can take 17 people. And I'm participating in the Vivid in the Domain Art Gallery. I'm going to do a demo class and a panel and some canapes on the day. It's on the 11th of June.
Wow.
This
Well,
is
we
very
have to promote
this is
that.
very
Yeah, that's amazing.
this is open for everyone.
Wow. Wow, I love that. And tell me 3 things that you have achieved of which you are most proud.
First thing, of course, I'm very proud. I think I am like ambassador for Syrian food in Sydney, and this is something I just think about and make me feel very, very, very proud. And what else? Also, I'm very proud of myself because I have worked hard. This is something. This was not easy in my journey. So I was working all my life in Syria, and then I stopped for a while in Dubai because I had my kids. They were so young. But here, it's a shift of what you think, your mind, your personality. Some things were hidden inside, and then suddenly they came out. You just need to live the life and embrace everything you have and what you get.
Amazing. Now, you are going to participate in this event in 5th and 6th of July.
Yes.
And we are all looking forward to. We were talking about previously. And tell me how you came along and how you feeling about participating in hiding stories, faces of our community. It's an event that is organized by House to Grow. And how do you feel?
When Pilar approached me to do
Yeah.
to be part of this event, again, I felt so proud because I was so happy. I went home, I was telling my husband, oh, I'm doing this, I'm participating, there's a photo shoot, I'm going to do this. And so it's always make you feel that you just need to work a little bit hard and then people can see you. So I'm here at least. And when Pilar told me, oh, we never got Syrian in our project, so it's very nice to have you in, and then directly, I didn't think, when I was standing with her, I told her, yes, I want to do it, before I read anything about it, but only the name of hidden story of our community. And so anything that I could share and with people makes me so happy, and I just want to do it. That's it.
So we
A
have
big-
to invite our audience to come 5th and 6th of July. And we do have a flyer here that I'm going to share. Where is this flyer? Somewhere in here, I think. Nope, in here. We're going to share this flyer so then people know where to go. Where is it? Is here. So it's in Harold Park Community Hall, 1 Dalgal Way, Forest Lodge, Jubilee Park, L1 light rail, so they can catch the L1 light railway. And it's the 5th and the 6th of July, 4 to 8 p.m. Now, how can you get this event? It's free, you don't have to pay for it, but you have to get the tickets through, and here they are, through Eventbrite. I suggest, if you want to be part and you want to participate in this event, you need to get the tickets like as soon as possible and choose what day you want to come, 5th or 6th, both days. We are going to have Racha's Kitchen as well. So you're not only going to participate in the hiding stories, faces of our community, but you also are going to be presenting your food in this event. Is that correct?
Yes, true. So this is why it's very important for us to know how many people are coming to this event, to make sure that everyone could taste our food.
That's right. So if you want to be part of it, you need to get the tickets and you need to bring people along. There will be food. There will be people from these backgrounds. Victor Valdez will be part of it. There's many artists that are going to be participating in this event, and it is important for you to get the tickets. Free event, you don't have to pay. And we are going to have people like Racha Abu Al-Shamat, Racha's Syrian kitchen, participating and also offering us her cooking. So I'm kind of looking forward to. But there's one question that I was going to ask you that I've been thinking about it, because tell me about halal meat.
Okay.
You also use
so it's halal meat has a certain thing to do how we slaughter our meat. So it depends on the country, and this is why people, they Muslim, they want to eat something that they make sure that it's halal, as beef or chicken. So I make sure, especially when I know that my customers or guests want halal food, so I bring my meat from a butchery which is specialized with halal food. Some people will just eat because there is no other food, but of course they don't eat pork. We eat chicken or beef or lamb. And some will insist on eating only halal. It depends on how they take this approach.
And I also found that because lately I've been buying in halal beef, lamb, chicken. Even the chicken tastes different. And I just, because we do have, I live in Liverpool, so there's many halal butchers.
Yes, of course.
And I do notice the difference between the halal and the normal. It's different.
Did you see the taste?
I do.
Yeah, because the way it's not about being from a different religion, or but we think that it's very healthy, because when you uh, sorry, slaughter, maybe some people would
Yeah,
not, but when you slaughter the
the
animal
animal.
and then empty all the blood from it,
Yeah,
and like it keeps it more fresh, and the color will be nicer, and the flavor will be nicer. um, so it has only to do with this
all to
thing.
do with that. Yeah.
Yes,
No,
yes.
but I do notice the difference. And lately, mom and I kind of, buying from a halal, even the chicken. I buy this chicken just to make soup, and it's just,
Mm,
and you can tell the difference also because they're not these giant chickens. There's not these giant chooks. It's like
yes.
a normal chicken. And I did ask the butcher recently, and he goes, no, they're just from a small farm and they do, like pretty much backyard
Mm.
chickens. And the
This is
taste is
nice.
just different.
This is
So it
nice.
reminds me of home
Yes,
because
yes.
chickens are not giant. Sometimes you buy these
I
giant
know.
chickens and
And then also the smell of it and the taste is not nice whenever
no,
it's so
it's
big.
not.
There is
Yeah.
it something which changed. Yeah.
But even the meat and the chicken, and I love lamb. Personally, I do love lamb. And the butcher that we have here is a little bit expensive, but I can
Mm.
actually I enjoy it better because the taste is just so much
It
different.
is. It is. And even in Syria, because we have lots of Christians living in Syria, not only Muslims. So we used to have the same butchers. We go buy from anywhere. This is how, like, we share. They don't ask if it's halal or no, because yeah, and this is something maybe I would like always to share and speak about, because some people get so afraid from the word halal. What's behind this word? But there is nothing. It's only the way we just cook,
Slaughter, yeah.
slaughter, or our animal. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I know, but I just wanted you to tell us,
Yeah, it's good.
because
It's good.
people
It's good
do
to share
have,
this. It's good to share this information with
yeah,
people. Yes, yeah. Thank you
yeah,
for
because I
asking.
know it's a different thing. It's just how you slaughter the animal, and that's what makes it different. Are you emotionally resilient? How do you handle emotional upheaval? How do you manage, you know, your emotions?
My emotions
Yes.
regarding a certain thing, or in general.
Are you emotionally resilient?
Uh, I I'm not sure if I understood the question very well, but I'm going to say that uh, I am resilient, and this what pushed me more to, like, I speak to myself. I have to do this. I have to be, and then emotions of like happiness, but again, power
Yes.
comes to me suddenly, and then, oh, I have to do more. I have to do this. And yes, I think I'm
Yeah.
not. If this is what you are asking about.
Because sometimes you know how we are emotional, right? But we are resilient at the same time because we are resilient, but sometimes we're just too emotional and we don't know how to balance that out, right? We
Yes,
sometimes too emotional, too resilient because we think we can do this. We tripped over, we get up, we continue on. But sometimes how do we handle all those emotions is very difficult sometimes.
it is. It is. But when I think of what I have been through all these
Mhm.
years, and how did I grow my business and start, like, you think you are one Syrian person coming to Australia, and this is how I want to think of it in my head. I am one, and I have changed. I did some change, and now people will just Google my name and will say Syrian food, and I will come one of the first options. And so always I think of this. It makes me scared, and I can there is more burden on my shoulders just to present this in a perfect way and be a good model for my kids, uh, Syrian people, or how Australian can see me. This is very important. This is very
Nice.
important. yeah, when someone comes to you and say, oh, you changed the way we think of, let's say, Muslim or Middle Eastern, or you are so nice, or oh, you are educated, and this is how Syrian people are. So all these things are very important, and this will give you more power, but you are still, and also, like, uh, afraid that this is all into your hands, so you have to be perfect.
Yeah, but we're not perfect, so we have
I
to give
know, I
sometimes. Yeah,
know. Yeah,
we have to give sometimes a space for, I guess, for not for failures, but for mistakes, because we learn from them. We do
of
learn
course.
from things that sometimes doesn't go our way. And what are the people that support you the most in your life? Do you have a husband, your children? I can
Yes,
imagine your
yes.
father is a cook, must be
The
very proud of
father
you.
supports me from overseas. I always call him for recipes. My mom too, because she always say, "Why you speak all about your father? Why you don't speak about me? You forget how I cook very good." My husband also, he was a big supporter, because you will be surprised, I don't drive.
You don't
I
drive.
No, I don't drive, and I when I came here, I was so afraid to just drive a car. It makes me very stressed.
Interesting.
And yes, and so my husband helped me in delivering all the food. Every time he is here, he will help, and he will support. He will take out of his time, which he needs to just relax and try to help me. Of course, without him, I wouldn't start this business at the beginning. And then always, as I said, God will plan something for you, and will send you someone who could be part of your journey. So my Syrian friend at the beginning, and then my Syrian partner, we used to go shopping together, we used to buy things, and then he decided that he wants to stop working. And then I met this lady in Food Lab. She's Persian, and she is part of the new program. This is where I was trained and learned a lot. So both two, I can say, organization have really shaped my career. One of them is Welcome Merchant, and the other one is food incubator. It's called Food Lab. I have learned a lot from them. I have been supported from them, and they are still part of my journey, and all my customers are related to them. So there is always light at the end of the tunnel.
It is always. It's always. Oh, well. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show,
Thank
Racha,
you.
and it's nice, and it's also very rewarding, and it's inspiring. And as I was saying before the show, I was saying to you that at our age is so important that we're fulfilling our dreams. I think it's something very important. Um, and for you, I can see that your husband play a big role in your life, because without him, most probably you wouldn't be able to get to from A to B. And that's so important also to know that you have a backup, that you have your children, that you have your husband, that you're a woman who actually fulfilling the dreams. And I think you are the mirror for many other women at your age, also to fulfill their dreams. Sometimes people get stuck thinking that they can't do it because they reach certain age, but it's always a
Yeah,
possibility that.
and they are afraid to go outside their community, and this was very important for me also to share, to try
Yeah,
to encourage them to go outside and do something. And I hope one day, if I don't do my cooking show, I will have my kitchen, which I can share with Syrian ladies, and they can cook, and we can sell. I don't know, this is one of my dreams. So
important. Okay, so then 5th and 6th of July, um, hiding stories, faces from our community, and Pilar Lopez, and she's the founder of this event, and it's just so amazing that you, me, and many other people are part of this event. I think also the most beautiful thing is that she is connecting and she's putting all these communities together. And it's a pleasure for me to meet you, Racha. It really is. I have read a lot about you. I've been looking through the internet and looking at the story of your journey with SBS, and I think it's just amazing. So
Thank you.
I really have to say that you should be very proud of yourself, and I can't wait to meet you in person in July.
Yeah, thank you. Me too, really.
Yes.
Yeah, and maybe taste my food.
Yeah, and try your food. That's one thing. Yes. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, and I hope
Thank you for having me. Thank you. It's an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Well, that was Racha's kitchen, and it's just amazing. I'm going to be able to try this Syrian food in July. So just remember, 5th and 6th of July, hiding faces, people from our community. I think it will be an amazing event. Hiding Stories, Faces of Our Community, and it's the 5th and 6th of July from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So please don't forget, get your tickets. And Eventbrite, and it's a free event, food, entertainment. It will be things for children as well, so you can come along with your whole family. It's not just for us, it's for everyone. So thank you so much for tonight, and I hope to see you in the next show, hopefully next week. And remember, every Monday from 11 to 12, Conversando con Luisa in Alive 90.5 FM. If you don't have the radio, you can actually connect on your phone or in your computer, www.alive905.com.au. So www.alive905.com.au. Alive 90.5 FM. Every Monday, todos los lunes de 11 a 12 del mediodía. Y yo los dejo hasta la próxima semana. Y esto fue Conversando con Luisa, conectando comunidades a través de la conversación. ¿Te perdiste el programa? Encuentra todo lo que necesitas más buscándonos en redes sociales como Conversando con Luisa, Facebook y YouTube. Hasta la próxima semana.